The following is a fourth-hand production.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hey, y'all.
What can I do you for?
Can I have a glass of Chardonnay?
I'm sorry, darling. We don't serve that here.
Any Merlot?
I'm pretty sure you don't want these feet going nowhere near them grapes.
Alrighty, how about a craft beer?
Oh, yeah. We got plenty of crap beer. Which one you want?
No, not crap beer. Craft beer.
Oh, no, hell no. I'm pretty sure the bar down the street serves that.
Okay, well, what do you serve?
I'm glad you asked. Welcome to the Backwoods Barcast. We serve up moonshine, cheap beer, bottom shelf liquor, and stories even harder to swallow. Join Nick
And Brittany.
and the janitor Steven as we discuss southeastern mysteries and mayhem, including but not limited to UFOs, true crime, the paranormal, and much more. So knock 4 times, grab a stool, let the bar talk commence, and as always, drink more beer.
What? No! You suck! Oh my God!
Hey guys, welcome back to What the Suck, Season 2, Episode 11, Wish Upon. I am your host, Chris, and
Your mother.
my mother's here with me as well. James could not be here tonight, so I got my mom with me. Excuse the deep voice. She's a lifelong smoker, so she sounds like the Selma, Patty and Selma, the Marge sisters.
Nah, I would not dare rob them of my presence. This is James. What's up, everybody?
What's everybody? Yeah, so tonight's episode is Wish Upon, one of our another theatrical release piece of crap that we are reviewing. It's a 2017 American supernatural horror film. It is directed by John R. Leonetti,
Supernatural horror. Ugh.
produced by Cheryl Clark, written by Barbara Marshall, starring Joey King, Josephine Langford, Ryan Phillippe. Man, he's been gone for a while. Ki Hong
Probably
Lee,
because of this fucking movie.
Sydney Park, and Elizabeth Rome.
Rome.
I don't know. Anyway, music by Tom and Dandy. It's a musical duo from New York. Okay. Cinematography by Michael Galbraith. Edited by Peck Pryor.
I saw Pecker.
Peck
I was like, Pecker Pryor.
Pryor. Okay. Production
My name is Peck.
produced by
Is it true?
Busted
Yes, it's
Shark
true.
Productions. He has no peck.
That man has no dick.
Distributed by Broad Green Pictures, Orion Pictures. Release
Orion?
Date, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Release date July 14th, 2017. Runtime is 90 minutes. And it had a budget of $12 million. And it made
Now,
20.
don't forget. Back it up.
What?
90-minute running time. Unrated is 91 minutes. So somewhere there's an extra minute of
An extra minute of
true gems to add on.
I mean, that's a lot of extra scenes and shit for a whole fucking minute.
A whole fucking minute.
Budget was $12 million, but it made $23.5 at the box office.
Which would make it a success, unfortunately.
Yes, it would. But it also had a 19% Rotten Tomato score for critics and a 30% audience score. Now, the
Holy shit, 90.
Tomato Meter had 90 reviews, and it was 19%.
God dang, the last episode was only 7, and it was a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, 90 and only a 90. Ooh.
And then the audience score was 4,601 reviews, and it had a 30%.
30? Ugh.
Yeah, the critical consensus is that Wish Upon is neither scary nor original, but its fundamental flaws as a horror movie may make it destination viewing for after midnight camp genre enthusiasts, such as my friend James and I here.
Destination toilet, a.k.a. barf.
Yeah, in the toilette.
Ugh.
All right, so what is the movie all about, you're asking? Well, give me a second. fucking tell you. Okay.
What do we got for him, Duck?
A bunch of shit. All right, be careful what you wish for. Jonathan Shannon, played by Ryan Phillippe, gives his 17-year-old daughter Clare, Joey King, an old music box that promises to grant its owners 7 wishes.
Oh, Lord.
Skeptical at first, Claire becomes seduced by its dark powers when her life starts to radically improve with each wish. Everything seems perfect until she realizes that every wish she makes causes the people who are closest to her to die in violent and elaborate ways.
Other teenagers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's a
Yes.
teen dying film.
Now, if they kill Grandma or the dog, fuck this movie.
I don't think there's a grandma in this motherfucker. So, and now, so we rate our rating system is a reverse rating system based on shit emojis, 1 to 5. 1 being the best, it's the one that we enjoy, that we will watch over and over and keep on the queue, and then 5 being the worst of the worst, pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And everything else in between is just whatever it is.
Listen to the other episodes. You'll find out.
Exactly.
So I tell everybody, if you don't know by now, then you don't need to know.
No, you don't know. If you don't know us by now,
Oh, God.
you can go and shut the fuck up, dumb bitch, and get the fuck out.
That's either getting edited or it's going to end up in the fucking...
We'll find out.
That'll be the trailer at the
We'll see
beginning.
how it
I
is.
guess. Who knows?
All right, bud, what would you say we watch this movie and see how shitty it is?
I don't want to.
Here we go.
All right.
Hey, Carl, look at this.
Seven wishes. Trying to drive here!
I wish Darcy Chapman would just go rot. It's given me everything. Money, love.
At what cost?
You have to get rid of it.
Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
All right, so we just watched Wish Upon, and my first wish is that I never picked this fucking movie
It's
in my list.
too many things in this movie I fucking hate. I mean, literally, I'm 5 minutes in, I hate everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, I've had movies like that before, but this is like putting me in my worst nightmare.
like, what is it about the teens from the 80s that were so much more likable than the teens from the 90s and the 2000s?
Number one, no technology.
Okay, all right.
There were no phones. You actually had to call somebody on a telephone. If you wanted to go hang out, there was no FaceTime. You actually had to go and physically meet people places. You go to the Pizza Hut. You go hang out.
I'm specifically talking about the teens in movies, not teens in real life. I'm
Well,
talking
teens and movies, same thing.
Yeah, but the teens movies had the same sort of tropes that the teens now have. You know, you've got the shy girl, the geeky girl, the nerdy girl, the hot girl, the jock, the nerd jock, the nerd boy, whatever. Same tropes. But in movies like Friday the 13th or whatever, they were just so much more tolerable.
They were stupid. Well, they weren't like, oh my God, and like this and like that. I mean, yeah, there were some movies like that where they talk like that.
Yeah.
But
I guess because they weren't as into themselves. They weren't into themselves as teens nowadays are.
I guess I'm just that way. I just, I'm back in the 80s.
You're old.
I'm an 80s kid.
You're an old man.
Yeah, and I just know I can't do it.
Yeah.
So yes, the more teenagers that die in movies these days, the better.
The better, yeah.
Because, these are just like the mall rats that I see doing shit, always on the fucking phone. Selfies everywhere. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's their generation. They got their thing. And I'm sure when I walking around with my British flag t-shirt and parachute pants and combat boots and all my punk bullshit.
Why the fuck you wearing parachute pants?
They
were never cool. They were never cool. I don't give a shit what MC Hammer did. They were never cool.
That ain't parachute. No, those are different.
You talking about
Parachute pants these were like combat pants and stuff like that. They were camouflage, but they had the zippers and shit, down the leg. You could if you want.
So what you're saying is you're going to be a militia survivalist thing.
But the thing is, I'm sure that the adults back then looked at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with this kid?"
Of course they did.
So
yeah,
we're just reliving what the adults in my time were putting up with me and my generation, I guess.
Yeah.
But we were much better at social interaction. Everything wasn't electronically driven. We could actually talk to people without having to fucking text all the time and shit. That's just the way it is. But
so,
God Almighty.
All right. So, opening the movie shows a woman who turns out to be the main character's mom, Claire's mom.
MILF alert.
Yeah. She has the box. She puts the box in the trash. Claire's outside as a little girl playing, and then mom goes upstairs, hangs herself. Right as she kicks the chair or the stool underneath, Claire walks in and sees her mom hang herself.
Yes.
Traumatized, obviously.
Traumatized.
Yes. So then it's in the future, and Claire's a teenager in high school, and her dad, who has lost his shit since his wife died, is a trash picker.
He's a dumpster diver.
Him and his friend.
Scrappers.
They just go around looking in dumpsters for stuff, and he's a hoarder too.
Yeah.
Because he brings home so much shit, and it's into the house, and it's like fill the house with just shit that he doesn't need.
And at first you're wondering, how does he earn a living? I mean, I know they're scrapping, but you never see him sell any of the shit. He just piles this shit up in his ass.
But that's how he...
Did I say in his ass? He just piles this shit in his ass.
Well, that's staying in.
In his house.
That's staying in.
Yeah.
So that's how he finds the box. Because this is a movie, and because even though there's 7 billion people on the planet, the husband of the wife who killed herself, who had the box, finds the box. Something like 10 years later.
12.
12 years later?
Not that it matters, but 12.
It doesn't fucking matter. Either way. Yeah. So finds it. So then he finds it and brings it home for his daughter for her birthday.
Yep.
Okay. So she has the box, and she's not the popular girl. She has 2 friends. She's not the popular girl. The popular girls are the typical popular girls who are bitches.
Your mean girls.
Yeah,
types.
your mean girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
They hang around with like the quote unquote popular kids and all those other.
The Taylor Vaughns of the world. If anybody remembers who that bitch was.
Are you really quoting fucking Twilight to me right now?
That ain't Twilight.
What's Taylor Vaughn?
She's all that.
Oh, okay.
Come on now.
Taylor Lautner. That's who I'm thinking of. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so she.
Damn, fool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I can't believe you went you could have gone to like 80s. You went 90s instead.
Well,
reference.
The same kind of bitch.
Well, yeah.
Stuck up, thinks she's all that, treats everybody shitly. She's all that.
Anyway,
keep going, man. Fuck all that. Yeah, just roll.
So, yeah, she's not the popular girl. She's at school, and she gets picked, and she gets dumped on by these girls, and she actually she actually stands up to the girl by calling her schmegma.
Yeah.
Which is dick cheese.
I love it.
And that was actually a pretty decent scene because not the acting wasn't good. It was terrible.
And the fight sucked.
The fight was stupid, yeah. But it was funny to see her use her phone to quote the dictionary definition of smegma to the bitch girl.
Well, that's what it is. And that's another thing. I question the intelligence of these young people. Do they really know? Are they really that smart? Or they just have Google handy all the time and just act like they're fucking smart?
It's probably a combination of both.
I guess.
Yeah. I didn't know about smegma until I was like...
I had to know shit when I was their age. Because I didn't have a phone. I didn't have Google.
Because you know why? We had Encyclopedia Britannica, man. That's why.
That's right.
You had 30 volumes.
You had to go dig for that shit.
You had 30 volumes of Encyclopedia Britannica, and if it wasn't in there, it didn't exist.
That's right.
So anyway, so she stands up by calling her smegma. They have a fight, and then that night when she gets home, that's when, just out loud, because she's upset because of the fight, she makes her first wish. And James, tell me what the first wish was, please.
Well, first of all, she comes up to Daddy.
Okay.
And he tells her, "Hey, I got a gift for you. Consider an early birthday present."
Right.
Sticks it on her bed. She goes and unwraps it.
Right.
Takes it up, and then I guess she goes upstairs and unwraps it and just says, "What the fuck is this?"
Right.
Now, what the fuck were you going to ask me?
don't know why you just repeated what
Well,
I just said already.
I had to throw that in because we had to. Well,
I already told her that. I already told him that he gave it to her.
you did.
I did. Do you not listen to the fucking words that have come out of my mouth?
I don't know, man. It's late.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Okay. Yes, I told him that.
Edit.
I'm not editing that shit.
Okay.
I said that he found it trash digging and gave it to her as a gift.
Okay.
Anyway, she makes the first wish. What's the first wish, James?
Wish number one, of course, wishes Miss Popular Bitch, the one she got in a fist fight with, would just go, quote unquote, rot.
That's right.
And what happens?
And what happens? Okay, so what happens, James?
The next morning, this super bitch wakes up, puts her feet out of the bed, gets up. She's got socks on. You're like, okay, I can see it coming.
Yep.
Goes in the bathroom, notices her legs are kind of ish, takes her socks off, and her feet are black. She has contracted the flesh-eating bacteria.
That's right. That's right.
Which was awesome because fuck that bitch.
So, at this point, it's presented that the box is not just a wish box, but it's a monkey paw scenario. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with monkey paw scenario, monkey paw is just that. It's a mummified hand of a monkey. It's also a Chinese legend, and it has 3 fingers. Each time you make a wish, a finger curls. You get your wish, but you also have a consequence for that wish.
Yeah.
And so that's what this is. So her first wish was for her enemy to rot. What was the first consequence of that wish, James?
The cardinal sin was committed almost right off the bat. A beautiful golden retriever named Max, which was her dog, is found underneath the fucking house being eaten by rats.
Yes. And I will say that
fuck them.
The first death of this movie is also the saddest death.
Yes. The rest of them I give a fuck about.
That's
Kill
right.
the dog, you can kiss my ass.
And it was the only death that was not shown, and it was the only death that actually mattered. And
that is correct.
And was not funny.
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct.
Okay, so then that happens. So then what is wish number 2, James?
Wish number 2. And I don't know why, that she, never mind. It doesn't matter what order these fucking wishes are in. Anyway, wish number 2, love.
Okay.
A wasted wish, in my opinion. And she wished for that, I guess, the most popular guy in school to just fall madly in love with her.
Okay.
Who, unfortunately, is going out with some ratty ass, mean.
Yeah,
fucking,
tall, lean, ugly, stupid, mean bitch.
She ain't ugly, but she is super bitch.
She ugly. James, she ugly on the inside. She ugly in her
on
soul.
the inside,
Ugly in her soul.
Well,
now
shallow motherfuckers these days don't care.
That's true.
It's all about the appearance. It ain't nothing on the inside. Fuck all that.
So this is an interesting wish because, unlike the other wishes that she wishes throughout the movie, this one does not come true right away. Like
No, it
the
does
next
not.
day she goes to school, he's at her locker, he's talking to her, but he's still dating String Bean.
Yeah.
And he does not actually end up breaking up with String Bean until about another 20, 30 minutes into the movie, and then starts to date.
But he is looking
Claire.
at her.
Right,
Everywhere
but
she goes, he follows her. He
is-
turns his head. He's looking at her and shit.
So love in this case does not start off with love. It starts off as infatuation and then goes to stalking.
Yep.
Because he ends up going to her house at night taking pictures while she's in her bed. Anyway, okay, so what is the consequence of that wish?
The consequence is the old man, her uncle.
Who, by the way, we are not even introduced at all to this point. We cut to a scene of some old fuck.
I think he shows up here, like at the first of the movie. He's like got one little flash in the pan appearance, and then you don't know really who he is.
Again, so you see a flash, but you don't know who he is. You're not introduced to him.
No fucking clue.
You just see an old man
Anyway,
walking to a tub.
You see in a tub, and he slips and busts his fucking head open. Blood goes everywhere. And then the stupid, as I call it, Final Destination style death. He basically snaps out of it. He knocks himself half silly.
Right.
The water's not too deep, so he's not going to drown.
Right.
But then he goes to get up, and he bashes his forehead on the fucking spigot.
Yes. Stupid.
And then knocks his ass out,
Stupid
and then,
death.
I guess, drowns. You
Drowns.
don't actually see it, but old man dead.
You just see a tub filled with blood water, and he's laying in it. So,
Yep.
at that point, it turns out he was their uncle.
Apparently one rich son of a bitch.
One rich son of a bitch. So, what is the third wish, James?
Wish number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way this goes because all the shit in between don't matter.
So we got let me see. So we got 7 wishes. So let's see. The first one was wrath.
Wrath.
Second one was lust.
Lust.
This one is
Greed.
greed. All right. So what
Yes,
happens?
that's you know what? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I did not make that comparison. That's a very intelligent analysis, sir.
All right. So what is it?
Man, quit. We ain't supposed to be smart on this fucking thing. What's wrong with you?
Read the fucking thing.
Anyway, it's a good one. You know, finally, it'd been probably the first one I'd have wished for, because you wish for all the fucking money in the world, and you can buy all the other shit the bitch was wishing for, but who cares?
That's right.
But anyway, our consequence for this particular death.
But you didn't talk about the wish. You just said money, but you didn't explain exactly what she wished for.
Oh, that would help.
Yeah, it would.
Let me back that up.
Play.
Well, after she wished for to be rich, you know, she says she would like to have all the money in the world or whatever.
No, she
wished for the dead uncle to leave all
Yes.
the cash to her. He just said, I wish my uncle would leave all the money to us.
She said, I wish my uncle would leave me everything.
That's right. Leave me everything.
Everything.
So guess what? She gets everything.
So they
She
move
gets
into his big
She gets a
house.
phone call. Dad gets a phone call. I don't believe it. What? Your uncle, I guess we weren't cut out of the will. Well, what do we get?
Everything. Yeah.
So
They move to the big house. They get the nice cars.
Yep.
She gets the gold card. I was saying that
says goodbye to their neighbor, their real sweet neighbor across the street.
across the street, yeah, who had helped her when she got into the fight earlier in the
Yep.
movie. I had mentioned that now that they have a big house, the dad has more room to put more shit in. But what is the consequence of
The
that?
consequence comes around. We have our across the street neighbor
Mm-hmm.
is in the kitchen fucking around with vegetables, chopping shit up, and then she hears a grinding noise from the disposal.
Uh-huh.
So she turns it off. Button is right there at hip level. So you're
Right.
sitting there going, "Oh God, here it comes."
We know what's going to happen.
And so she's got her hand in there, and she keeps bumping against the counter, bumping.
So
against the
there's
counter.
2 fake outs in this one because she
Yeah.
has her hand in it, and you're thinking she's going to get her
She's gonna
hand
chop.
caught.
Yeah, exactly. So she actually does not chop her hand
Right.
off. She ends up turning it off, and then the gas gets drowned out by boiling over water.
Right.
So she reaches over.
So you're thinking the house is going to blow up.
You think the house is going to blow the fuck up.
Yep.
She reaches over, turns off the gas,
Fake out number 2.
goes back over to the thing, and then she's sitting there digging around, and you see her hair.
She's got a long
She's got a
ponytail.
long ass ponytail dancing around in the sink, and she reaches forward and accidentally hits the fucking switch, and it grabs her fucking hair.
Yeah.
Which is stupid because it would just chop it off.
It would just chop it off.
Okay, a disposal does not have anything that could wrap around. But
No.
what fun is that? So it reels her fucking head in,
Starts
and
pulling her
starts
scalp
pulling her
off.
scalp off. You see it split, and I thought it was actually going to skin her.
Yeah.
Scalp her ass,
Mm-hmm.
and ends up pulling her so hard it breaks her fucking neck over the back of the sink.
So she's left hanging
Less
on the sink.
half standing, just drooped, and
Yep.
her neck is broke, and her head's over the top of the sink, and her neck's broke down.
And unlike the last death of the old man, who somehow was reported on the news just hours after it happened, which doesn't really happen for like
Yeah,
that.
I think it was a
It
couple-
would have taken someone a day for them to find the body, and then an autopsy, and then the news would have broke.
Yep.
This lady is left there for like days before they find out that she's dead,
Yes.
because they've already moved to their house. So they don't live across the street anymore, so they have no reason to visit her.
And it was about this point in the movie where her friend took her to her cousin. I keep forgetting her cousin's name.
Oh yeah. Her friend, fuckface, took her to her cousin who is a student of Chinese literature at the
Ancient.
university. Ancient
Because
Chinese
it's
literature.
ancient Chinese writing on this box.
Yeah.
And actually takes a bunch of pictures and begins to figure out that this box is evil.
Yeah,
The Yogway, or what do they call it?
yeah. You. I don't know. I forgot what it's called.
We'll just call it the Segway. It's coming to
that's
get her.
segue. So, all right. So what's the next wish, James?
Wish number 4. And
Mm-hmm.
the problem is, at this point, I think she knows that
She has
there's
an
a
idea.
consequence, that there might be something going on. She starts to freak out a little bit. She starts to get kind of weary of it, but it seems she's also becoming addicted to the power of the box.
Yeah. So like the dog dying is bad luck. What was the consequence number 2 again?
Consequence number 2 was the lust.
Right. And what was the consequence?
That was the old man dying in the tub. And then greed, was her wish. And then the neighbor broke her neck.
Okay. So the old man dying in the tub
was the consequence of the first thing.
Of the lust one.
That was the blood debt of the lust.
Yeah. But that can happen anytime.
Which is weird because he was family, but they weren't close. That was just it. Yeah. And apparently they thought they'd be written off or written out.
The consequences don't really match the wishes.
No, I guess it doesn't really matter either.
But like at this point, all three of those deaths are not coincidental. They're just kind of accidents. I mean, the dog, the old man, and then the neighbor is the freakiest one of all. But at this point, there's no reason to really connect the deaths with these wishes.
Yep.
Now, number four,
she wished because she kept seeing her dad out in front of the school, constantly dumpster diving right in front of the fucking school and her friends, and it was embarrassing her. Mm-hmm. So she wished for her dad to stop being embarrassing.
Yeah.
Pride.
Yes, pride.
This would be a pride thing.
Uh-huh.
And the Chinese... Then what happened is, as a consequence for that, the Chinese girl who was helping them translate the box lost power in her apartment, dropped her phone, was trying to tell them that this box was evil.
Right.
She had found some stuff. She says, hey, you don't, this is one of those, you must not read from the book kind of things, because they were stirring up shit.
Right.
But before she could tell her, she dropped her phone, tried to go back inside.
It was real dark. All the power went out because it was real stormy.
And what happens? She trips on a fucking rug.
A rug that's been there forever.
And it looks like a beetle or a bull piece of modern fucking art sitting in the middle of her living room.
Long-ass horns.
Goes right through her fucking eyeball.
Yeah,
and through the back of her head. So that's the payoff for that one.
Now, and then a few days later, apparently, her cousin shows up back at the loft to talk to her and finds her dead. Runs and asks the girl... apparently got the message that she sent him about how the wishes and it need a blood debt.
Yes.
And so went to her, found the girl Claire, and asked her if she's made any wishes. And it's at that point that they're starting to realize that it's a monkey paw scenario.
Yes.
And so, what is the next wish after that, James?
The next wish, popularity.
All right. So envy.
There you go.
All right.
How shallow, it's very shallow and typical of this day and age. It got to be, they're needy, they need attention, everything's got to be positive. It can't be, now bullying is no joke.
No,
so
no joke
we
at
are
all.
not joking about that at all.
If you're a bully, you're a piece of shit.
That is correct. But to wish to be the most popular person and all that, I get it, whatever. Right. But the consequence to such a thing is they are at a hotel in a party.
Yeah, they're doing a scavenger hunt, apparently.
Some senior scavenger thing.
Yeah.
She's very popular. She's hanging out with the stuck-ups.
Right.
And her two friends, and Meredith is one of them. She's in the elevator.
Yeah. She
has to go to the 26th floor because she plays that stupid phone zombie killing game or whatever.
She plays like a monster version game of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And one of the monsters she's been looking for is in that building on the 26th floor.
So she goes up there. She finds and kills said zombie.
At the same time, her dad is on the side of the road changing a flat tire.
Yes.
So we're thinking, okay, the dad's going to die or her friend's going to die. Waiting to see which one it is.
Well, it's going to be toss up.
Ends up being the friend.
And
what happens to her?
She is on the 26th floor, gets in the elevator. It stalls like 2 floors down after she starts to go down, and then it just snaps, breaks loose, and slam dunks this bitch into the ground.
Down, yep.
The elevator opens. She's got all kinds of glass, stab wounds in her. She's dead. She's rumpled. Obviously, all of her bones are crushed. Pretty grisly death.
Yeah.
And Dad narrowly escapes death because he's changing the tire. You think, oh shit, he's underneath. First of all, he drops the lug nut.
Goes underneath the car.
He goes underneath the car all the way to the other side.
Dad's not very smart.
No, he's not. He goes all the way to the other
he goes underneath the car.
He goes under the car.
Instead of going the other side.
Next to the jack, and you're thinking, oh God, the jack's going to fall on him. But, could it be that simple? Luckily, no. So he gets the lug nut, comes out, the tire that he's about to put on the car starts to fucking roll down the hill. Another car comes around the bend, hits it. That tire goes straight at his head. He ducks, bobs
narrowly
to the side,
missing. Yeah.
And that's when Meredith hit the ground.
Missed them by that much.
Pretty much it was like touch and go which one was going to croak, just like you said.
Right.
So Meredith ended up buying it, so Dad escaped death.
And this is at this point, she, Claire had told her friends Meredith and the other girl, about the box and what was happening. They didn't really believe her as much because it's coincidental, they said, but she told them. So then when Meredith dies, the other friend realizes that it's true and blames Claire, says it's all her fault.
It's all your fucking fault.
That's right. So then what's the next wish, James?
Well, she now realizes her whole world is crumbled.
Mm-hmm.
She's extremely sad.
Right.
Doesn't matter what she has, because she's let all this greed and all this shit get in her way, and it's clouded her judgment, obviously,
Yeah.
And so she wishes.
Actually, let's go back real quick. She actually gets rid of the box. She puts it up in her ventilation shaft.
Yep.
But then her friend, the redhead, steals it.
With two wishes
left. Her friend, the redhead, steals it.
Yep.
Because she steals it, all the shit that she wished ends up reversing, and so
they lose the house. She's not popular anymore. The girl with the flesh-eating bacteria is healing. Yeah. Still a bitch and still all fucked up looking, but
and the guy, of course. We didn't mention the boyfriend. She broke up with him because he was too too intense. So he shows up at her house one night, says, "We can't be together. I don't want to be in the world without you.
If I can't have you, nobody will."
Yes,
yeah. Like a smooth, stupid ass pussy.
Yeah, goes and slits one of his wrists. They call the ambulance. They go and they take him away. So he doesn't die, but he's not there no more. But anyway, so all that shit reverses. She finds out the redhead stole it. She gets it back from the redhead, takes off, and at that point she realizes what, James?
She realizes what?
She wants. What's her next wish?
Her next wish, she goes back to the house and just figures her whole life went into the toilet when her mother died. And that's where it all started. So she immediately wishes, number 6, for her mama to come back.
All right, so then this is sloth.
Yeah, number 6 would be sloth because of the fact that I guess she was basically lifeless at that point. Everything was just dull. She was feeling, just feeling down.
She had no concern for herself or anybody else. She just wanted her mom back.
Yep, and just started feeling sorry for herself.
We'll call it sloth.
So, because when you look it up, it has a very wide range of meaning. Sloth has a huge thing. It's not just laziness. It's also melancholy, indifference, shit like that.
And so she asks for her mom back. Her mom comes back, but then she also has 2 younger brothers, twins. Her dad's back. Everybody's happy-go-lucky, yada, yada, yada.
He's like, what the fuck? Hey, it's all good.
But then at that point, she finds a painting. That's what freaks her out. Because her mom wants her to go open her presents, but she goes into her mom's painting room, looks through her paintings, finds the painting of the Chinese box.
That's right.
That's what freaks her out.
Freaks the fuck out. Runs downstairs to go tell her pop.
Right. So the consequence on that one, James, is?
She goes downstairs screaming. Because after she sees that fucking box, that painting, she loses it, runs downstairs, and, at that point, she her mom was delving into that thing or some shit.
Yeah.
And so she runs down to tell her dad. He's out in the yard working, and she calls to him. He turns around, he walks away from the ladder, and the ladder shifts, and the guy up on the fucking ladder is using like one of those 4-foot steel chainsaws.
A regular chainsaw to try to cut off a branch. The guy's he's on a 4-foot ladder using a regular chainsaw.
But it has a long blade. It's one of them long blades, son of bitches.
But
anyway,
his dad is holding the ladder with his foot.
Yep.
So when she calls to him, he moves his foot off the ladder, turns around.
And the guy shifts and the arm drops, and that big ass chainsaw swipes right across her dad's back.
Yeah, it just
looks
kills
like
him.
it hits him in the back of the neck or in the back
something
or something
like that. Yeah.
Blood flies, splatters all over her face.
Yeah.
She runs inside to her mom, and her face is covered. Everybody's freaking the fuck out. So she runs upstairs.
And what is wish number 7, James?
Wish number 7,
which would be gluttony, but it's not gluttony.
No, there is no gluttony.
There's
in this
no gluttony.
movie.
No,
that's the one that's not represented here, and who cares?
Yeah.
Big fucking deal. Wish number 7, she actually screams and demands, I know how to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back before my dad ever even found you.
Right.
And wished for it and got the wish.
Right.
And then whoosh, she's back in the old house.
Yep.
Everybody's alive.
Yep.
She goes downstairs to ride with Dad. Actually, nope, I take it back. Mom was gone again.
Yeah, this is back to the beginning of the movie where the mom
yeah,
is dead.
exactly. That's right.
Her dad's getting ready to go out.
She's in the old house. The dog's still alive. She
Dog's
wakes
still
up
alive.
the pups there. So she goes downstairs to talk to Dad. Say, hey, I'm going to go with you. She goes and she finds the box before they do and puts it in her backpack
Right.
to keep him from giving it to her.
Exactly.
And takes it and gives it to the dude.
The friend, yeah.
And asks him to go bury it somewhere and get rid of it.
Right.
But what was told and what must always happen is the seventh wish. Once the seventh wish is made, the Yagweh or whatever he's called,
the
which
Uruguay.
is a Chinese demon, is
Right.
basically what it is, claims the soul, it says.
Yes.
So she walks out in the street, and you're like, oh, Lord, here we go. And
Sure enough.
bam! Smacked by none other than Rot Bitch.
By Mean Girls.
From the Mean. She goes, I didn't know it. Driving a little Cadillac Escalade to fucking high school.
Hits her. She goes flying 10 feet.
Flying. I mean, at least 10, 20 feet.
Hits another car's windshield, and she is
and
dead.
she is gone.
And she had the yogurt demon has claimed her soul.
The yogurt demon. Yeah.
Claimed her soul. And so that...
Oh, shit. Good one. I like that one. You got me on that one.
that is wish number 7. It's done, and that's the end of the movie.
Pretty much, yeah. It just sits there. It zooms in on her face. She's looking. Yeah, she got pretty eyes, but she dead.
Yeah. So, James, with that being said, what is your review of this movie?
Acting shit.
Yeah, pretty shitty.
Nobody in this movie could act worth the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The script, okay.
Okay.
I mean, the wording was okay. It was just poorly delivered.
Yeah.
The story, I like the story. I kind of like the story around the 7 wishes, and the way it addicts them, and then there's a consequence for everything you wish for.
Okay.
I did like that concept.
All right.
Fuck.
Music.
The music was fucking trash.
Horse shit.
It
was like the worst of the worst, like preteen, just gobbledygook.
it was
fucking
a nightmare.
Horrible.
So, that being said, with the content the way it was, there was one saving factor to me, which was the actual story.
Okay.
So for that, I can't get past the acting though.
Okay, well,
some of the death was okay.
We're gonna start a whole new category right now because we talked about it in some of our other movies, but not all of them. But
okay,
fun factor. Is there a fun factor for you?
Yes.
For you. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Dead teenagers.
Okay. All right. So then add it out that.
I'm really not this violent, folks. It's just I like to see it in movies because they're just mouthy.
Let's with that. Let's get your final number.
4 turds.
4 turds.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I'm not going to go 5.
Yeah.
It was but there were a few minuscule redeeming qualities, but it wasn't in the acting. It was more in the storyline. I kind of like the way the storyline worked, but that's the only thing that saved it from the toilet bowl for me.
Gotcha.
The complete toilet bowl
from the bottom of the bowl. Huh?
So yeah, brother, and that's it for me.
Okay.
What you think?
I'm kind of with you on most of your points. The music was we mentioned it multiple times. Every time a song came on,
we're like, oh
which
god,
seemed to be like between each wish there would be a song, and we're like, oh my god, each one was worse than the other.
Yes.
The acting was really bad, especially from the main girl. She was just terrible. The script was okay. The story was nothing new. I think I've seen better Twilight Zone episodes with this storyline.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
hell yeah! Twilight Zone's fucking fabulous.
Yeah, there's better series out there with the same sort of scenario. But I did appreciate the difference in the fact that it was a box. And it had 7 wishes as opposed to the normal 3 that you see. Like genies or monkey paws or whatever. So you have more wishes, more chances to fuck up. But it wasn't very fun for me, though.
Okay.
Like, some of the movies that we've given like 2s and 1s to, they had a fun factor to it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This one was not fun. It wasn't as bad as, like, say, Bye Bye Man.
Not many are, brother.
No, but it wasn't as fun as Bye Bye Man. Bye Bye Man was fun because it was so bad.
It was so when you have something that's so pathetically bad, you can get good laughs out of it. We didn't hardly laugh at anything in this movie.
No, I mean we laughed at some of the deaths because they were stupid, but not all of them.
Yeah.
I think we laughed more at the scenario that the writers came up with for the deaths.
And then they would kill our buzz with that fucking music.
Yes.
They'd be like, ha, diddle stupid music.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, here we go again.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go 3.
Gonna go 3, middle of the road.
Middle of the road,
okay.
yeah. It's not terrible enough for me personally to do a 4 or 5, but it's not good enough to do a 1 or 2. It's sort of a middle road. You can probably watch it more than once, but I think after you watch it the first time just to see how bad it is, any subsequent rewatch you'll want to do it as a drinking game, or with friends riffing.
Absolutely.
You can take a drink.
This is one you could riff on big time.
Yeah,
because the acting is just that pathetic.
You can take a drink for each wish and each death. That's like 14 drinks right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's a good amount right there.
Or you just
Yeah. Or each time that the lead actress has a line that is really bad, you can take a drink there because
I'll just start an IV.
Just start an IV.
I'm gonna start a slow IV drip and just keep it going.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So James, where can they find us on the SMs and the podcasters?
All right, podcasters. If you guys are looking to find us, we are a proud member of the fourthhand.com network. If you go to fourthhand.com, you will see our 2 shows, and you will also see many other excellent projects. And we encourage you to listen to them. It's good people. And you can also find us on Facebook under What the Suck Podcast and on Instagram under What the Suck Podcast.
Okay, and where can they find you?
Well, they can find me
in a dumpster.
I'm gonna go on dumpster diving. Yeah, I'm gonna go dumpster diving, man.
If you find a box,
if I find that box,
you better remember. Okay, it's a monkey paw scenario, so you gotta remember. You make a wish. Look, there are 10 of us in our paranormal group. Okay,
that's right.
If you find a box of 7 wishes, that means 7 of us are gonna die. If I'm one of them, I'm haunting your ass, motherfucker.
No, I wouldn't tempt fate like that. Honestly speaking, if anything like that actually ever really did exist, my beliefs, period, would go against something like that.
See, the good thing is, if something like that really existed, and we could make a ton of money.
Oh, God, yeah.
Not because we would wish for it, because that's stupid.
You just put it in a damn case somewhere and charge people to look at it.
You sell it to Zach Bagans for his piece of shit museum.
Oh,
and
damn.
He will pay you, because he buys dumb shit for his museum. He will probably pay you in millions of dollars for that thing because it's a wish box.
Some bitch.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you can find me on Facebook, James E. Bishop III, and you can find me on Instagram under James Bishop III.
All right. And with that, another great episode under wraps.
Absolutely,
I had a lot of fun, even though the movie was shit. I mean, but they're all shit.
That's the whole point, ain't it?
Par for the course. That's right.
Yes, sir.
So until next time, I'm Chris, and I will see you at the next Suckfest.
And I'm James, and if it ain't on What the Suck, it ain't shit.
Holla at your boy.
Deuces.
You've been listening to a Fourth Hand Joint.